course.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up with YPN. Happy Monday. I am Jenna Poe, co-chair of YPN. And today I am here with Courtney Blair, the committee chair for ICAAR's Political Affairs Committee. Good morning, Courtney. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Courtney's here to explain the ins and outs of the RPAC and RPEC foundations and what they support in our industry. So if anybody has any questions along the way, please feel free to pop them down in the comments and we'll get those answered for you. Okay, Courtney, now's the time. Do you want to introduce yourself and give us a little bit of your background?
I'm Courtney Blair. I am with the Johnson team at Skogman Realty. I have been a realtor for 12, 13 years, somewhere in there. And I have been on the RPAC committee just as long. I started on the committee pretty much as soon as I got licensed. So, but this is my first year as chair. So it was definitely my time to step up.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had been on it that long. That's amazing.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that. So can you explain a little bit about what RPAC is for those who have not heard about it before? Hopefully you have, but if you haven't, now's your time to hear about it.
Yes, and let me know. So RPAC stands for Realtor Political Action Committee. What it does is it supports Realtor champion candidates. So it supports candidates that support our issues and the rights of homeowners is pretty much what it is. It's very bipartisan. So I know a lot of people think, okay, well, this year it supported a lot of red candidates. Well, that's not exactly true. And if you want a breakdown of exactly, who was supported on either side, feel free to reach out and I'm happy to give you examples of how that's not always true.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And can you talk a little bit about the Iowa participation in it and some of the contributions we've made?
I can actually. Thanks for springing that one on me. So Iowa
on your toes this morning.
I know, right? So Iowa has 63% member participation, which is amazing stats.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly. Last year, we were able to, our agents invested almost $68,000.
Oh my gosh.
So, yes. And the year before, so that's like $10,000 more than the year before, which is just amazing. And it's going to be a tough act to follow this year, but I know we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So when funds are raised for RPAC, where do they go?
So our PAC funds, they go into a PAC. So our PAC funds actually go directly to candidates. It's not something that us as agents, we can't say, I want my money to go to Chuck Grassley. It's not how it works. So that is all decided upon by powers higher than myself. But that's where that goes. It gets distributed.
Okay. Wonderful.
And so it's, places that it maybe needed more than others or whatnot, but.
Okay. And how has RPAC benefited realtors in the past couple of years?
Oh gosh. So there are so many things I can say, which is one of the biggest reasons why I am involved so much is, so if some agents may remember the rental permit moratorium a few years ago, things of that, fighting that. And that one time there was, they were talking of having radon tests mandatory.
Yep.
Nope, fought that off.
I didn't realize that was an RPAC issue.
Having commissions taxed. Having taxes come right out of that. That was an RPAC thing that they were able to fight off. So those are just a few of some of the ones that they have. This year, the agenda is homeowners associations. So having adequate notification of meetings, having access to the minutes and the bylaws, and maybe having like a public facing website that people can go and get that information a little bit easier.
Okay.
And having free access to it once a year, because there are some HOAs that actually charge for that information.
Yeah. So it sounds like, sorry, it sounds like a lot of issues that agents deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
Have been heavily affected by RPAC. That's very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. So moving from RPAC, can you explain what RPEC is?
So that is the Realtor Political Education. So what that is, it supports political education and advocacy. So this is considered soft dollars. It does not go directly to the candidates. It goes towards the education of RPAC. So, and hosting Realtor Party trainings and events, both investments, whether it's RPAC or RPEC, are not tax deductible. So there are questions about that. I know there's been some talk, well, if you do it this way and maybe not that way, it would be tax deductible. Not true.
Okay. And I guess you talked a little bit about that already, the difference between RPAC and RPEC, hard dollars versus soft dollars. So
yep.
Wonderful.
And so as far as the investment agents, realtors can make, whether there are some people that are maybe unhappy with who, the realtors have supported this past year, say they're not going to invest anymore. My suggestion is give towards RPEC. You still get credit for it, but it's not going directly to candidates.
Okay.
So that's a kind of a great option for people.
Okay. How does RPEC impact our industry?
Well, so again, it's on the education side, so it's not going directly to it, and it helps us. We can hold these parties and trainings and events to educate us about how to get involved more. And I know we've had different ones about actually how to run for office and be involved that way.
Okay. So can you quickly break down the different levels of investing for us?
That I can do. So to be recognized as investing, the minimum is $15, which isn't much.
That's 2 Starbucks runs, guys.
Exactly. So major investor levels, it starts at Sterling, which is $1,000. And then up from that, it's Crystal. It's Sterling R, then Crystal R. Crystal R is $2,500. Then it goes to Golden R, which is $5,000, and then Platinum R, which we have had this past year, our first platinum investor in Mr. Gary Watts, which is amazing. So we thank him for that, and I think it kind of just goes to show what he gets it.
Yeah,
he gets how important RPAC is, and whether I can't shell out a check for $10,000, but every bit helps.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Just being involved, however, helps. Whether it is volunteering your time, coming to our events, things of that nature.
Wonderful. And so, as people can kind of tell on here, there are certain things we can and can't say on this live streaming event. So if anybody has questions about RPAC and how to be involved, or RPEC and want more information on that, definitely reach out to Courtney. She is your girl. She will get you hooked up with everything you need to know. And then
we have some awesome, super fun events coming up. So please be on the lookout for emails hopefully emails will start coming out soon, but starting next month, we're going to have some really great things, and we're super excited for it.
Yeah, and we're still in the works to maybe set something up between YPN.
Yes, as we should, because there is what they call the YPN pledge. It is called 10 for 10, and it is investing $1,000 for 10 years. So it's the YPN pledge. I know I've taken it. Paul Park and I took it at the exact same time, our current ICAAR president, and There's a handful of other agents throughout our association that have taken it, and it's just really great to see, because I know when I first started with RPAC, I think I was the youngest person on there for the first probably 5 years, which is 100% fine, but it's the same with YPN. People think it's only for young agents.
And it's not
true. So it's so fun to see us kind of joining forces more and getting more people involved in both sides.
Yeah, so exciting. I'm so glad that you could make it on here this morning to talk with us. Is there anything else that you can think of that we've missed, or something I should be asking but maybe forgot?
No, but all I can say is if you have questions about anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Last month, we were able to go around and talk to a couple of the brokerages and, talk about different events coming up. And I know myself and Paul are going to try to do that more throughout the upcoming months, because it's that important. And we want everybody's questions to be answered. Or if you just want to vent, I've had people just call to vent to me about certain things, and that's fine. Or if there's issues that you see on the horizon that you want to know, where the association stands or what we may be doing about it, please let me know. And chances are I may not know, but at the state level, Greta is amazing, and I'm asking her questions pretty much on a weekly basis for things, about things. And Jen Kingland at the state, she is the state lobbyist for the Realtors, and they're just amazing resources. So if I don't know the answer, which I probably don't, there's a good chance they do.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, we have a question. Can you share how many major investors ICAAR had in 2022?
I can. I do have that information somewhere. Major investors, 36.
Wow.
Yep, 36 major investors and 4 President's Circle. So President's Circle is above and beyond major investors. So that is, you can actually choose what candidates your money is directed towards.
Oh, okay.
So it's by a predetermined one. So you can't just say, I want my money to go to Ashley Henson or anything like that. It's, you get to choose from a certain set of people, but still, that is an amazing number for our state. And then as far as YPN, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow. And we're going to hopefully increase that.
Yes. And I actually think we have more than that. Those are just the ones I have right off the bat. But yeah, that's great numbers for our association.
Yeah, it definitely shows the dedication to the profession and furthering the profession, so that, high tides raise all boats. So I
love that. Absolutely. And, and just talking to people, I never even knew what YPN 10 for 10 was until I think Matt Lepic was the first one in our association, and I had never even heard of that. And I was like, that is really cool that he's said for the next 10 years, I am all in. So kind of a shout out to him as well. So, if you don't know, ask. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you. For another question, how specifically has RPAC supported property rights?
As I mentioned before, the rental moratorium from a few years ago, and working to fight that off. I mean, that's the most recent one that I can actually think of, but I know right now there's talk about freezing property assessments, and they're talking about property taxes and things like that at the State House, and we want to be involved in that.
Yeah.
And so we want a say in that, because I don't want my taxes raised. I don't know about anybody else. So, but with the respect Jen Kingland has and RPAC, and we're a part of that conversation.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Having your finger on the pulse of what's going on so that you can better explain it to us in our association. We appreciate you for doing that. It's no small feat. So
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So if there are no more questions, I think that's it. So I appreciate your time. And again, if anybody has any questions about RPAC or RPEC or the YPN 10 for 10, definitely reach out to myself, reach out to Courtney Blair, and we'll make sure that you get the answers you need. Thanks so much, Courtney.
Thanks, Jenna. Have a great Monday.